question?
Yeah. That's not really. In Pennsylvania, when the issue of fear, right, and what people are afraid of, and the complaints that come up most frequently that weren't addressed in this presentation have to do with trucking, so the large amounts of sand, water, etc. that go to well pads. And you said that the Haynesville Shale is in a pretty rural area. So we have a lot of rural roads and people have had a lot of problems with that. We just had a question about water contamination, so I'm interested to know about any accidents that may have happened. And then finally, the water disposal. So is water being disposed with deep well injection in Texas and Oklahoma? So water disposal, like frack water, use of roads, and then accidents.
Okay, we'll start with what companies are doing with used frack water. Most of it is disposed of down an approved Class 2 injection well. Water, we've recently promulgated some regulations that allow the cleaning up, so to speak, of frack water to reuse it. I think you asked, was trucking a problem? Trucking.
Road impact.
Road impact, yes. Well, road impact was probably, if I had to categorize the complaints next to water, that absolutely was the main complaint. Trucks, the roads are not designed for those 18-wheelers to come in and out of the drill sites. And you saw how extensive the Haynesville Shale is and how many wells have been drilled, literally everywhere. That was a complaint. And it's not just water for frack water, it's getting the water in and getting the water out. The overall infrastructure that's planned, and might want to add something to this, is to substitute trucks with pipelines to bring pipeline water into the active locations. Therefore, the trucks would not be a problem any longer. But this is a big deal. Road maintenance, road repair, companies are helping out, repairing the roads. My agency passed a ordinance for drilling within urban areas, and the state did not tackle the issue of road traffic. We think that's more of a local regulatory problem. So we said something to the effect that any regulation or ordinances on road traffic will be handled by the parish or county officials.
If I could just add, that is exactly what's happening right now in Bossier and Caddo Parish. They are looking to have inspectors in place and are working that issue. If we had not been using portable pipe, the irrigation pipe like we are today, it's amazing how much pipe is strung out across northern Louisiana right now. That has cut down significantly on moving by truck large amounts of water. There are pipelines being constructed now to handle wastewater to other, also into Texas. Texas accepts the water over there too. And so there are things that are being handled, but I have to say, not being industry, the industry has stepped up and put funds in the parishes to repair roads.
And then accidents. Frack water backflows, well blowouts, contamination of ground or surface water.
There have been several incidences of blowouts, almost entirely. These accidents happen almost entirely after the well is drilled and during the, maybe even after the fracking is done. It's I don't really know the causes, but it's, I don't know, you may call it human error, something with people on site unscrewing a pipe that's pressured up and the pipe gets loose and hits someone, things like that. We made, our agency made the comment, or made the statement that fracking, hydraulic fracturing in Louisiana has been happening for 60 years. We've documented around 36,000 wells have been hydraulically fracked. This is long before the Haynesville Shale, before anybody ever knew the term Haynesville Shale. And we have not documented one instance that this fracking has caused contamination of a USDW. So there have been accidents, but I can still make that statement.
I would like to bring up one statement about one day before the BP blowout in the Gulf. We had a blowout in South Shreveport. It wasn't truly a blowout as such, but the good thing is that we're learning from our mistakes. In this particular case, the well was never really totally out of control, but in the process of going back and looking at this, we've now, the company itself, it's one's working up here, Exco, has decided now to put another set of casing. We have surface casing for all wells, and they're watched very carefully in Louisiana. Very good program. Well, they're actually putting a 16-inch diameter casing down through the aquifer and into the shell below the midway, and circling returns, so you've got another complete seal, so you have two surface water casings now, and they're doing that on every well. So we learn from the instances that we do have happened, and I think that's the most important thing, is we have to keep objectively looking at the issues and then solve that problem and move forward. There are going to be accidents to some degree. It's going to happen.